Awesome. All right. This is the Dumbbells, the personal fitness podcast where I'm Eugene Cordero.
And me, I'm Ryan Stanger, have discussions and answer questions on all things health and fitness.
This is solely based on our own working experience, a little bit of bro science.
So please keep in mind, we're not doctors, never claim to be.
Nope, just a couple of dumbbells. Love ourselves some fitness, want to help you with yours.
And the help can start right now.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Hoi, hey,
Hi.
Yeah. Return to innocence. Is that right?
This is the return to innocence. Yeah. Is that Enigma?
Enigma. Sounds like a bad guy for Oh, is there an Enigma? Is like a superhero bad guy, like a?
It seems like there's
a villain.
Mysterio from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man from Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. But there's got to be an Enigma. I mean,
there's got to be.
There's fucking food on the table. If it's not the case,
I feel like
is that the saying? Food on the table.
Yeah, the saying is food on the table, and I think the character's name is Enigma.
Do you remember the Sliver soundtrack?
The movie Sliver?
Well, there's a movie Sliver, and it had a soundtrack that was really popular because of the UB40 cover of "Can't Help Falling in Love," the Elvis song. So, I bought that soundtrack just because I liked that shitty UB40 song so much. Tricked myself, I liked it, and it had an Enigma song on there and a bunch of weird songs on there, and I would just. If you bought a CD, you would just listen to it all the time. And so I just, for some reason, have this Sliver soundtrack burned into my mind.
Good. No, there's nothing like what other jams were on there? Give me a couple. Do you remember? I mean, you must have. Did you listen? I mean, was it a CD?
It was a CD.
Okay. Did you listen to it all the way through? Just
listen to it all the way through. At first I would just listen to that UB40 song over and over. I think that was the only one that got popular radio play.
Mm-hmm.
And you would recognize the Enigma song from the movie. I mean, you would recognize that song. I just don't know what it's called.
It's not Return to Innocence.
It's not Return to Innocence. It's another Enigma song.
It
has like water dropping in it. All the songs are like really sexy because that movie was like a psychosexual thriller. And it's all like weird. It wasn't in my normal genre of music. It just had that fucking UB40 song on there. So I really stepped out of bounds for me music wise.
Now, did he record over himself, or is that like a reverb echoey thing that was going on with that? At the beginning, it was just wise man. Like it sounded like there's like 8 of them kind of close to each other. Like that's an echo reverb. That's like
something's going. I mean, that guy needed a lot of help. I think vocally.
Yeah, sure. Red Ramos already said that in Batman Forever, the Riddler's real name was Eric Enigma. There you go.
Oh, that's true. There
you go. So we get the answers. Ah, man, that's what I love about. I love about these live apps because we don't have to. We don't look anything up, and we don't have to.
Yeah, it's really freeing.
It's really freeing.
It's Enigma or something like that.
Eric Enigma. Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
Wow, it seems like you just go with the Eric Enigma.
Yeah.
You have Enigma.
Sure.
It's a little more hidden.
Yeah, but
I mean, hey, I ain't a supervillain, but if I was,
listen,
maybe.
Listen, they've got a lot of problems already going on. We're not one of them. But I don't. What was the other red wine? Red wine.
And also they had Red Wine was like their first big hit, and they had the Here I Am Baby cover. Come and take me. Here I am, baby.
Oh, I don't know that one.
You would know it. I just can't sing it.
You're just really big into UB40, huh?
I mean, I don't know. I liked like 3 or 4 of their songs. Most of them were cover songs.
Sure.
And they're just like a shitty reggae band.
Yeah.
They're not even like a real reggae band. They're like they're like appropriating reggae.
Dude, right.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to manage a bar in New York. And on Thursday nights, we would have reggae night. Well, we tried it I think every fall we would try it, get a different reggae band, and it just they flaked all the time.
Oh no.
Reggae bands just flaked all
much
the
weed?
time. Or they would do a set that was maybe 20 minutes and then take an hour break. It was crazy. That even if they were good, we were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, what? You're done for now?"
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's a very chill genre of music, and so that if you're that chill, you're going to bring that level of chillness to everything you do potentially.
Yeah.
You're really living the life. And so
yeah, I mean, I guess they have to lead by example, right? Reggae life.
I mean, they got to live it. You got to live it.
You got to live it.
Red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time. Remember, it had like the little weird kind of rap in there.
Oh yes, it did. God, so bad.
Keep me rocking all of the time.
Everybody out there who is watching or listening to the pod, hi, it's Stanger and I. Here we are again, locked in our homes.
Do you see Kula said red rum was scary / funky as hell in The Shining.
red rum, stay close to me.
Yeah, Tony, Danny's little imaginary friend, Tony.
That was the echo. The echo was there.
Tony, the
red rum, it feels so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time.
Creepy voice on Tony.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, you catch more flies with honey, my man. You know,
I'll tell you right now.
Maybe do a more normal voice when you're trying to get Danny to do your bidding.
I will say, Quincy. Now, my son Quincy, who's 3.5, has this zoo stuffed animal that is a baby tiger, whose name is Baby Tiger.
All right.
But he does Baby Tiger's voice, and it creeps the shit out of me sometimes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What does he sound like? Tiger King or something?
No. Just I wish it was
Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin doesn't want people to pet me at the mall.
I wish it was nuanced. Instead, it's just like, oh, Baby Tiger, what's the? And it's enough. It's enough to annoy me if he does it for too long, and then B, like, just get a little bit creepy where he's like, Baby Tiger wants crumbs to eat. And I'm like, what? Why does Baby Tiger want crumbs to eat?
Wow. Baby Tiger's got low self-esteem.
Yeah.
You can't give him you can't get Baby Tiger some meat or something?
I'm not feeding. The other day he said that he wanted Baby Tiger to have some milk. And I'm like, here's some milk. And I like mimed it. He goes, no, real milk. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm not giving that thing real milk. That's going to be a stinky little stuffed animal if I dunked. I know he'll pour real milk all over him. I mean, we don't even have real milk at our house, baby. We got almond milk, but whatever.
Oh, almond milk?
We got that almond milk.
Almond milk.
Yeah.
What if that milk brought the stuffed animal to life? That'd be weird.
That'd be weird. It is weird that he got really drawn to Baby Tiger. And this was like when this whole lockdown first happened. When was that? 81? When it happened, he started looking through my old Calvin and Hobbes book.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
oh wow, yeah, I guess that's you. Being the tiger.
You got that to what? Your big Calvin and Hobbes head?
No, I had one book that he knew was mine, so he just started using it.
You got a big Ford truck, and you've got a decal of like Calvin
and pissing on a Toyota, Toyota emblem or China or anything.
Yeah,
all of it.
Chevy, the Chevy bow tie or whatever.
Yeah, all of it. It's just I run them through. I just like pull that decal of what Calvin is pissing on and
whatever's
whatever's in the news. Whatever's in the news.
Whatever's pissing you off in the
fucking
news.
Oat milk, whatever.
Oat milk. You like oat milk?
Don't mind it. Haven't went out of my way to buy it.
Why are people so crazy for oat milk?
I don't know. I guess because almond milk is.
Almond?
I think almond milk is bad for the environment. The amount that people are over.
Oh, you getting
over.
They're over watering those almonds, right?
Yeah.
You get some like crazy thing, like it's 500 Olympic size swimming pools to get one almond.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
meanwhile, fucking Tom Selleck's out there stealing the water for it. Did you
know
hear
what I
about
mean?
that?
No.
Yeah, there's I don't know. I mean, he's got multiple almond orchards or something. And I guess they were
Selleck?
Big Selleck, yeah.
Mhm.
He's got some family money. He's got some Magnum PI money. He's got some Blue Bloods money.
He's got a whole lot of Blue Bloods money.
Yeah,
most of his money, let's be honest, is Blue Bloods money.
A lot of Blue Bloods money. A lot of Friends guest star money.
Sure.
They're constantly got that HBO Max deal. He got a big fucking check for that, guaranteed.
Thick Selleck.
Yeah. The only thing thicker than this mustache is that fucking guest star check for that Friends episode he did. He played an optometrist, whatever. But yeah, he, I guess somebody that was managing his land or something was siphoning off water or stealing water somewhere. There's enough plausible deniability that he may not have known that was happening. I don't think he was at the top ordering it to happen, but it did feel a little shady.
I don't know if I trust him in his late age.
Yeah. He's selling those reverse mortgages and shit.
Yeah. I don't know if I trust Mr. Selleck.
He changed.
Yeah.
Did you watch Magnum PI?
I did a bit.
Yeah.
A bit. I'll be honest. A little bit too many white people in Hawaii for me to like really buy it.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah,
yeah.
A lot of people.
What's this white guy's Hawaii story?
Yeah. A lot of people flown in to do the work.
Oh boy.
But yeah. But I didn't watch it too much. I remembered my dad having it on every once in a while. He was into like the kind of actiony 80s show. I remember it being in the background when I would kind of be running by and playing with my, GoBots shit.
I don't know if it really ever I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it ever quite lived up to its music. The music and the opening credits were pretty awesome.
What is that? Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
And tons of good action, and then like some laughs in it too.
Sure. The Knight Rider theme, I think, is still the best theme song.
Yeah. Michael Knight, a loner. Yeah.
They explain the whole premise. How come they don't do that anymore with shows?
They should. I mean, it's tough.
I'm supposed to now just get into it.
Well, shows are a little more nuanced now. It's tough.
Sure.
Like, how do you bang out the whole what Ozarks is about, in a 30-second song?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going on. The guy was laundering the money,
But yeah, but sitcoms, and I guess, well, I mean, but a lot of Hawaii Five-0 and like the new one and the new Magnum. I mean, you can still kind of, but those didn't even have.
No, those are just tone, atmosphere, rock.
Yeah.
But it was the sitcoms that did it. And I think we've talked about on the show, Alan Thicke wrote fucking Different Strokes. He wrote the theme song to Different Strokes.
Really?
And that's a banger. Yeah.
Huh. It wasn't, what's his name? Tesh? That wasn't a Tesh
John
joint?
Tesh?
Yeah.
No, that's Alan Thicke, dude.
Wow.
That's a good one. You know that one, right?
Robin Thicke's dad?
Yeah. Died in an ice rink. Yeah, that's he did, man. He was out there skating and fucking keeled over.
God,
R.I.P. dude.
He wrote which ones?
He also wrote the theme song to Wheel of Fortune.
Really?
Was making a ton of money. I was going to do a fortune joke. Was making a bunch of money, and then whoever owned that show, I don't remember who.
Bought him out.
Just did their own, so they wouldn't have to pay him anymore.
Tom Selleck. Tom
Selleck's almond guy. But Different Strokes is a good one.
Yeah.
World don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
Oh yeah. Now
the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
Oh right. Yeah. That was a good one.
Was a good one, yeah. Guy was talented.
Good themes. Good themes back in the day.
They were
now
good.
Shows like Tacoma just steal old songs and just use that as their theme.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. Still a rock and roll.
You got to trade on the nostalgia these days. That's
Sure.
what people want.
Yeah.
That's what people want.
But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody out there know that this whole app is gonna just be the Stanger and I, because we're on our way to at after this month we're going to go off season. We're gonna start training off season for a little while.
Yeah, we're taking an off season. We're going to get into the lab. We're going to cook up some ideas for you guys, and we're going to come back in the fall.
Yeah.
With the show, without as many, it'll be more traditional in its rollout as far as it just being a podcast. We're still going to play with the live format, maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Something like that, depending on what comes up.
We'll figure it out. And, maybe we'll take some input in the meantime. We'll do some polls and whatnot on our Instagram, and, and make sure that we push people towards some old episodes they can listen to if they want to while we take a little bit of a break. Plus, next week's episode is a one we had in the old
pre-quarantine can.
Yeah. The pre-COVID can.
Yeah, in the vault. We're releasing this from the Dumbbells vault.
Yeah, there was one episode that we never released because the
world changed.
The world changed, and we wanted to start doing the live thing, and we were ready to start seeing people again. So I think that was part of it. Yeah. So we have one that we will be releasing for next week, and then we'll have one more episode that's new that will finish out July, and then we'll take a little bit of break. And I mean, there's a bunch of reasons for it, obviously, but we just need a little bit of a restart and a refocusing, and the fact that in about a week and a half, there'll be a new member in my family. So I'm gonna
turns out Eugene made a kid that's gonna be showing up pretty soon, and that might take a little bit of his time.
It's gonna take up a little bit of my time and a little bit of my energy, and a lot of the focus. And there's still a pandemic going on, so that's also taking up part of our focus. And I mean, because of that, and I mentioned it to Stanger earlier, I'm getting tested for it. I'm gonna get a little swab tomorrow, so we'll see what the results are like.
They're jamming that Q-tip up into your brain, dude.
Yeah. They're just going. I just say, make a line of it, let me snort it, and then and I'll give it back. Just let me snort it up.
What if it touches a part of your brain that makes you permanently talk like Baby Tiger?
Oh, dude, I would be angry.
Worst nightmare situation.
Quincy's best case scenario. That would be a best case scenario for Quincy, but worst for me.
He'd love it for like a year and a half, and then it'd be like, all right, man, shit.
Yeah.
It just like jabs into like your prefrontal cortex and like affects your language capabilities somehow, and you just sound like Baby Tiger for life.
Baby Tiger. Hey, where the dub? I mean, that's not that. When I hear my own voice when I'm editing this, it sounds like that.
Asking for crumbs.
I ask for crumbs. I sound like a little weasel boy.
That's the funniest thing, that he wants crumbs for Baby Tiger.
Yeah, I don't understand. I think his mentality is that since baby Tiger is such a baby that it'll be like mashed up food. And that means crumbs.
I get that. Yeah. It also feels like a reasonable ask too. Like, I could probably get you some fucking crumbs. I can't, I went for milk. That didn't happen, but I can get you some goddamn crumbs. They're mostly just throwing those things away.
Listen, I'll eat my food and just make sure there's a little bit left over in crumb form and scoop it up and give it to you.
Well, it looks like the toast is done over here. I'll handle what's left on the plate.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Yeah, who knows? It says everybody that's on our live stream right now is saying that the swab sucks, and they swab cheeks now.
Oh, okay. Swab your cheeks. Okay.
If they swab my cheeks, I mean, I got some thick cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
You can get your butt out. Is that how that works?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
There you go.
That would be so the worst joke. Just to like go like, Ace Ventura style.
Yeah. I'm ready for my test. Or you could do it in the Baby Tiger voice.
No. Stop it.
I had to swab my dog's cheek. I got my dog a little DNA test.
Oh, you did? Wait,
yeah.
Did we talk about this? When did you do it?
Haven't gotten the results yet. I literally
okay.
just swabbed her cheek. So we're so I sent him off today. So we'll see what it says.
I got to do my own for the 23andMe back there that I've never done. We got it as a gift a while back. And I never did it. And I was just like kind of curious for a while. And then when I was just kind of cleaning through stuff, I'm like, oh, I am curious. I don't know. I don't know.
It is kind of neat.
I don't know if I'm going to be angry at it or whatever. Like,
What would piss you off?
I guess there'd be, I don't know why this would be pissing me off, but I think with just everything that's going on in life right now.
No white. You don't want any
just
white in you.
Well, I know that's not gonna, but I think like if a lot of it is made up of like Spanish blood, I'd be angry because that just feels like so,
colonized.
So colonized my fam,
Yeah.
I mean, Cordero, a lot of Filipino last names are Spanish last names, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the genes would be that. So we'll see.
It's weird, dude. I mean, it everything takes on a new complex meaning, I mean, it's like, obviously you're proud of who you are now and love your family and how it ended up. But it's just like, man, you really have to examine the horrors that were committed back then and how it all ended up that way. It sucks.
I mean, yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that is the most kind of maddening, curious, stressful about the whole thing. It's like, where is this going to put me mentally? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably different places at different times. Depending on what the hell else is going on.
Wow. There is somebody, Matthew, said that he's a paramedic and had to get swabbed 4 times in the nose. Felt like he was being tased. Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not looking forward to any of that, but hey, it's going to happen. Oh, we should go. So Matthew Moynihan, after we called him out last week's episode, for throwing up those 75s and doing all that stuff, he wrote us an email and gave us a little bit more insight on his training routine and everything, which was pretty great. Sent us over some pics and his setup, which was awesome. His setup included the pulley system that he had made, which was also very cool.
That's very cool.
But let me pull it up. But before we get to that, I did want to bring up somebody who did send us an email also, named Jocelyn. She wrote us an email saying that she is an accountant by day, and for fun, she teaches yoga bar at Hot 8 in Pasadena.
Oh, cool. Close.
And that's close to us. I mean, obviously right now, I think everything is closed down. Again, most gyms, if not all gyms, but at yoga bar at Hot 8 in Pasadena, she teaches a class where it ranges from 105 to 109 degrees.
Holy shit.
So that is quite warm. And she was listening to the Eric.
I love how it's 4 degrees.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere from 105 to 106.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And specific. So that's good. But she was listening to the Eric Mosley episode from he owns Black Mat Yoga. And she is a Hispanic female and knows that she is extremely lucky to never feel like she didn't belong in the fitness space. and her hometown is Pasadena, but she used to work out of Brentwood and mid LA, and she found that those areas obviously were very different. So she was just very happy to say and to know that her studio now, which is Hot 8, is great, and she feels very welcome there, and also that her class is mainly women of color. So
Great.
if you are in the LA area, that's a good thing. And in her bar class, there doesn't seem to be very many men, but in the other styles like power sculpt and yin, there's a good percentage. So
I think that's good.
Yeah.
People talk about it, be proud of it, share it.
I love the fact that Jocelyn, thank you, Jocelyn, for emailing us to just
Yeah.
at least share that, like, hey, this struck a chord with me. Also, if you are in the area, there, look up places, because I think right now you're not going to go anywhere. And we're probably going to get into the majority of what this episode is, which is, now that we're all home again, let's go through some of our favorite exercises that we can do at home. So that can hopefully get us through the next, I would say, at least 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, right? Let's talk the next,
nothing less than 4 weeks.
Right. So let's focus on it maybe being the next 8 weeks, maybe devising some kind of plan, maybe having some of your favorite exercises. So if you're watching us live on YouTube right now, start, in the comments, start telling us some of your favorite episodes, exercises that we can
think about stuff with either no equipment or very minimal equipment.
Yeah,
because obviously if you have a full gym setup, then
we ain't talking to you about that right
good
now.
for you.
But
I love doing my full gym workout at my home gym.
I'll tell you right now, I been trying to get the most of it right now? Yeah, I have, but that's because I also know that in less than 2 weeks, everything's going to change. So and in that case, I am going to focus in on what can I do in like 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
So I'm getting into this. I'm going to focus in on, after this next 2 weeks, which I'm still kind of focusing on getting under the bar a little bit, because then I just want to have that feeling, because I know I'm not going to do it for a couple of months, a few months, maybe, because it'll make me a little nervous getting under. I remember I had the home gym set up when Quincy was born at the old place where we used to record,
Toluca,
and man, there was no ever a car in there. It was just the garage was the full. It's where we recorded. I had the whole, and the days that I would go in there to work out and get under the bar when Quincy was 2 to 3 months was dumb.
You're just exhausted.
I was just exhausted, and it just felt unsafe. It just felt unsafe. I think it was the exercise I was choosing. I was like, why would I there's no reason I need to do a barbell squat.
Yeah.
Like
high intensity, complex movements.
No.
Yeah. Just like do some fucking maintenance.
Yeah. No cleans. I mean, I can do some bent over rows, things like that, like focus on that. So that's the kind of thing that I want to, we'll get into a little bit more, in a second, but yeah, I think if there's exercises that you have, that you love, that you can do at home, that you have done in some kind of quick complex, let us know. Hit us up in the comments as we keep going with this episode, and we'll get into it. But before that, now that I had read that one from Jocelyn,
a lot of befores, before that. This is like the last act of Inception, where they keep going inside the dream, the other dream,
right? Yeah,
inside the other dream.
But the top's still spinning. Where are we now?
Yeah, the totem. Not good, buddy. You're in a dream with Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
I'll take care of your kids. I'll take care of your kids.
But here's the Matthew Moynihan email that we got. Awesome. He, in 2018, 220-ish, smoking cigarettes, living his life. Brother brought him to a CrossFit class. He gets into CrossFit, gets down to 140.
Holy shit.
Hitting 6-minute miles, quitting smoking, quitting drinking, getting some milestones there. Started lifting weights, and he's now up to 160 and about 10% ish body fat.
Shit.
So he's there. He went real heavy, went down, trimmed down, and then put on a good 20 pounds.
That's the dream
of thickness. Yeah. So this is what he has in his garage. So we can start off the conversation as far as what we're going to do at home. This is what he has in his garage. Maybe you have something similar to this. He lives in Las Vegas. So it's 112 degrees there. Oh, hotter than a hot 8. But
wow.
So he has two 35 pound plates, a bar connected to them into a barbell, 60-pound sandbag, a 30-pound kettlebell, two 15-pound dumbbells, and a single 10-pound dumbbell, and then some bands, an ab roller, and then that pull-down system that he, rockied.
He's also got 3 Price is Right slot machines and a roulette table.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And he has a picture here. He also does have an old dresser, and what looks like a tool shed. So that's good. Maybe we can drag some of those tools. So his focus is he feels like his shoulders are smaller than he'd like. So with that, and he sent us his workout with that, and he sent us some pics. We're not going to post the pics. He did that personally to us to show his progress. Looks great, man. In the pics, your shoulders do not look small at all, but let's focus in on those shoulders exercises. You got a couple pair of 15-pound dumbbells, a single 10-pound dumbbell, a 30-pound kettlebell, some plates, a bar. What can he do for shoulders? And then he has the pulley machine. Stanger, any thoughts?
What does he list for his shoulder exercises? Like what's getting shoulders right now?
Let's see. He's doing shrugs with the barbell. He's doing bent over lateral raises with the dumbbell. That's on one day. On the other day, non-overhead kettlebell swing. No. He just included his 2-day split.
Okay. So I think to really, the lateral raise, fine if that's not causing shoulder pain or any kind of impingement. A lot of people it does. I think definitely do our shoulder complex. Everybody should do that a few days a week. Throw it into all your exercises. Couldn't hurt. It's pinned on our Instagram page. It's very self-explanatory. But as far as adding size to your shoulders, you have to do a compound movement and you have to go overhead if your shoulders are healthy enough to do it. And so I don't know what your strength is. You're a little limited in what you have weight wise, but if you can do, with that bar overhead press, standing overhead press, you could do it seated if you wanted to. Probably go a little heavier if you go standing, just clean it up into, a front rack and then just press straight up over your head. And then you could do strict overhead with your medicine ball or your kettlebell too.
Yeah.
So anything you're doing, I think if you want to go heavy on shoulders, overhead press is the safest way to do it. And so that's for me personally, I have a lot of issues with my shoulders. That's the only way I ever load up on my shoulders if I'm doing some kind of overhead press movement.
And the focus on that is to go heavy enough where you do not use your legs. No push press. You're just talking about a strict press.
Just a strict. If you want to put size on the shoulders.
Yeah. You want to do a strict press. So that's either standing to also work on your core. But if you did it seated, then that's really going to push and you're not going to be using any of your legs to make sure that you're doing that. You can do them single arm. If you also want to burn it out, if you take those 15-pound dumbbells that you have and you bring them down and you keep your hands at like a 90-degree angle, your arms at a 90-degree angle and never go past there, and then turn and do the Arnold press singles.
Yes.
You're gonna get pretty burned out over there on those shoulders. Same with if you do, what are these? the shoulder complex that we're talking about as
Yeah.
well, which is that the Y? And then
No, the shoulder complex is just the lateral raise together,
oh, right.
down, and then up, together, down, and then bend over at the waist with the overhead.
That's right. Yeah.
3 pounds or no weight.
Yeah.
3 to 5 pounds or no weight.
Those are going to get you.
Yeah, but I'm with you. Any kind of stuff you're doing, like in that endurance range, to where you're having to not only press but also hold the position up.
Yeah.
You get some isometric work there too. But yeah, the only way I would load up, and you need to load up if you want mass, is it's in some version of an overhead press.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I would say, basically, whatever you can do the heaviest, the safest, that isn't causing any grinding or clicking on those shoulders.
Yeah, that barbell that he's talking about, where he's got 35-pound plates. I don't know what that barbell is. What the weight is.
If it's an Olympic bar, like 45 pounds, or
if it's 45, then that's a decent amount of weight on there. That's 115. Yeah.
So that may be too heavy. I don't know. I bet you'd be able to find some more plates. Yeah. I think it's hard to find dumbbells right now, and kettlebells and all that shit, and even a bar, but you may be able to find plates still.
He said he's been
10s or 15s or 25s.
He said he's been avoiding overhead presses because he didn't have a bar until recently.
Throw that in, dude. I think that'll blow your shoulders up.
Yeah. Also, just taking that 30-pound kettlebell and doing singles.
Yeah.
Doing single Arnold presses. So from it turned out this way, turn them around. That will break those suckers up. Also, using that same kettlebell and just doing lateral raises, front raises with both of those arms on there. That'll burn it out. And then, if anything, it's all about time under tension as well. So if you just if it's feeling a little light, then just slow down the movement.
Slow your tempo way down.
Slow your tempo down, so that you're pulling it back 3-1 or 4-1.
Yeah. Keep me rocking all of the time.
Oh boy. Cool. Let's see. What do we got here as far as Stanger, give us some of your favorite exercises. Okay, well, why don't we break it down this way? I'm looking to do 20 minutes a day, let's say about 6 days a week. Let's say I do take a day off. I'm only doing 20 minutes a day. I probably try to do it every day.
Yeah, but be real.
Let's be real. Let's say I'm trying to do 5 to 6 days a week.
Okay.
5 to 6 days a week, 20 minutes a day. Where do I start? And this could be for somebody who has a new baby at the house. So, you're thinking about time, or you're just starting out, or you're just like, this is hitting you pretty hard, and it's hard to stay positive, and we're all back home, and we might be locked in again, full tilt. So if that's the case, where we at as far as getting this workout in?
Right.
Dang it. Let's do 5 or 6 days.
5-6 days, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In and out, done and dusted, reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Where do you start? How much of your equipment do you want to use?
Let's say let's do this. Let's just do this as like body weight for now.
Okay.
And let's say we're focused in on to do this for the next 6 weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks, body weight only. And with the goal is just to kind of get exercise in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More than anything, just to keep moving. Thoughts?
I think let's see. So I mean, you got to do your squats.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do some hops, maybe some burpees, and then push-ups, pull-ups. Are we counting pull-ups in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so push-ups, pull-ups, push pull, and then I would say some kind of, ancillary. So maybe just committing to like one weight on dumbbells or something, maybe like 15-pound dumbbells, and you're doing curls, kickbacks, and then some kind of shoulder thing with those guys.
If I have like 15-pound ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or let's say, yeah.
So wait, I'm trying to, because just adding so much, like if you start saying like, well, then I'll do 20-pound dumbbells at 25s and then the 30s and 40s for this, then it starts to be like a bridge too far versus like I can take my jump rope, I could take my 15-pound dumbbells and my pull-up bar, and that's all I need. And I'm in a phone booth for 20 minutes and I got a full body workout and I'm done. So
well, let's say 3 of those days I just want it to be like I don't even want to go into the garage. So
you don't even want to go in the garage.
Yeah. So let's say maybe it is.
Well, let's just do that then. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the exercises I like, the bang for your buck exercises that I like are the push-ups, the pull-ups, let's say mountain climbers.
Yes.
Let's say burpees.
Yeah.
And then let's say jump squats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, so burpees, mountain climbers, and jump squats would probably be my kind of like a Tabata situation, right?
Yeah. So for people that don't know, Tabata, 2 on, 1 off, essentially.
Yeah. So it's Tabata's, it's like 4 minutes, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest.
Yeah. It's 2 parts work, 1 part rest.
Yeah.
However you want to whack up the time.
Right. So then, and it's usually for 4 minutes. It's usually 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest. Maybe as many burpees as you can do in 20 seconds, then 10 seconds rest. And you do that for a total of 4 minutes. So that would be the 4-minute closer, let's say at the end. So then I still have 16 minutes to work out. Probably start with, some kind of dynamic warm up to start for like 3 or 4 minutes, some jumping jacks. Some like
standing knees to chest, standing target skips.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like that. Good. Starting there,
and then whatever.
So 4 minutes there.
So you got 4 minutes there, and 4 minutes at the end, right?
Yeah.
With the thing, so that we're at a total of 8 minutes. We got 12 minutes left.
12 minutes left. Okay.
And so let's say. We're doing a Tabata thing for mountain climbers on the first day, Tabata for burpees the second day, and Tabatas for what was the third cardio-ish thing that we brought up?
Mountain climbers, burpees, jump squats.
Jump squats, yeah. Jump squats is the third one. So so it goes mountain climbers the first day, burpees the second day, jump squats the third day. Let's say we'll just do a 3-day split.
Right.
And then like if I do it 5 days a week, then I would just double up on the first 2 days and then, whatever.
Yeah.
Warm up would stay the same for all of them. And then the 3 days broken up would consist of push-ups, pull-ups, and probably a push-pull and some kind of squat, right?
Push, pull, squat, and then maybe some abs. You want to throw some abs in there?
Yeah, throw some abs in there.
Core thing.
Because then that way it's just doing full body every day.
Yeah.
For those 3 days.
Full body every day for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that way, especially with you, say it only you have a wild week and you only get 2 or 3 in, you're covered,
Right.
You're not missing any coverage if you have to have a little bit more limited.
So then so maybe on the first day it would be like a standard push-ups, 3 sets to max reps, I guess.
Yeah. 3 sets to max reps, standard pull-ups, 3 sets to max reps. And then do you want to do like standing lunges?
Yeah, standing lunges or Bulgarian squat type things, where single leg lunges or like single leg with the legs on the bed or the bench or a chair.
Okay.
So that would work for the first day.
Yeah.
Second day, maybe when you have your feet on the bed and you're doing those kind of push-ups.
Yeah. So
Is that
incline
incline
push-ups.
push-ups?
Incline push-ups.
Maybe some chin-ups instead of.
Yeah. Change the rotation on the hands.
Change the rotation on
Chin-ups.
the hands.
So yeah.
Works the biceps a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more work on the biceps, and then
Body weight squats.
Body weight squats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since that's going to go with the burpees that day.
Uh-huh.
And then the final day, some kind of push.
Do you want to add in a shoulder stabilization on the push-up? So it's like a push-up and then like a shoulder tap, push-up, shoulder tap. Okay,
shoulder
so
taps,
push-up,
that works.
So push-up plus stabilization, shoulder taps.
Yeah, like that.
And then pull-ups with like down on the reps, but add a hold into it. So
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you can even work, you could either do like add a hold at the top, or you could work, negative on
negatives,
the way down.
yeah.
So countdown on the way down. And this is your jump squat day. So what do you want to do for legs on the jump squat day?
Probably just like lateral
lunges.
Yeah, just to work them a different way. Yeah, side lunges.
Yeah.
Do the side lunge where you do a side lunge into a curtsy lunge. So you go one way.
Oh yeah,
and then you go behind so that you're going in that space.
Yeah, so you're getting into a different plane of movement.
Yeah.
And yeah, great. Cool.
3 days. I think that would bang it out. I mean, if that's just if we're focused on, body weight stuff. Now, if we're using some kind of equipment, people out there are bringing up goblet squats with a gallon of water. TRX people are focused in on.
Good.
Push-up progressions, pull-ups on monkey bars at their elementary school. That's not in session, obviously, and maybe roped off. Playing tennis. All right. And then push-ups and dumbbell thrusters. People talk about throwing some curls in at the end of stuff. What else? What was I going to say again? Handstands against the wall is a good shoulder workout.
Oh yeah. From Borderman.
Yeah.
Thanks, Borderman.
Yeah. Where you can either walk up the wall, so then your head is facing the wall. You can get into in a handstand in that position, or you can kick your feet up where your back is against the wall. Hey, when sometimes your back is against the wall. And, you can do some handstand push-ups if you want, if you put something underneath you, or you can just get used to that balance with leaning back onto the wall, and then start playing with trying to get onto one hand and trying to get on the other hand, and the longer you can stay in a handstand, even if your legs are, putting some of the weight on that wall, that is, really pushing on your shoulders. So that's a great way to push on those shoulders. That's also a thing to incorporate if you don't have any equipment at the house, is doing some handstands just against the wall,
Yeah. I dig it. Handstands on the wall.
But let's say we are adding in some bands. I think even with that, it would just be those same 3 days, but putting some resistance on the regular push-ups.
Yeah, regular push-up. But I'd say if you got the bands and you hit some arms, you could load up the shoulders a little bit on the lateral raise. You could add that into your squats too. So you rack the bands while you're standing on them in the squat position.
Sure.
You could do that for the single leg Bulgarians too,
right.
Loading the band underneath your foot, handles here, or even if you just have like a straight rubber band, you just hold the.
And then also the pull-aparts.
Yep.
Love me some pull-aparts.
Those are fun. Yeah.
And
I do good mornings with bands, like the pull-up assist bands over my neck and standing on it.
Right.
Coming up into the standing position.
Bands are surprisingly can really, you can get some real work done.
Yeah. It's always volume. I mean, you don't have the weight, so you just add the volume in. It's a different kind of burn, but
yeah,
it's worth doing. And I'm sure, we're all going to be, if you can maintain some level of consistency and exercise through this with what you have, we'll all end up better for it. Cause you learn a lot,
I've been doing this kind of complex to kind of simulate rowing upright, just because I don't have a rower, but to kind of get my to get my heart rate up quite a bit is to have a band and kind of like have them be stepping on them, and then from stepping on them being in like, a flat back position, and then going to standing and then an upright row and then back down. So it is like that same kind of same thing, but it's just kind of from standing and up and doing that kind of upright row positioning.
It's also good training if you want to like detonate a bomb.
Yeah. It's reverse training.
Reverse training for bomb.
It's like it's trying to stop somebody from detonating a bomb. You run up to them and you pull it up while they're pushing down. So
this guy's on the bomb squad. He trained his whole life to stop somebody from a push detonator.
To stop somebody from a dynamite detonator.
Yeah, dude.
An old school dynamite, like as they're trying to blow up the railroad tracks.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think that's what I'm training for.
It's very specific, but
I'm training to stop a villain who has a twirly mustache.
Good for you, dude.
That's what it is.
You could tell I'm not a bad guy because the mustache don't twirl.
Yeah. But you are still the evil version. You're the evil twin of yourself.
Evil twin, but not a major bad guy. I can be convinced by my good twin.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
You might still, if your good brother is hanging off the ledge, there's a chance that you might extend your hand out.
Everyone loved you more, but I'll still pull you up.
Right.
Maybe I need to work on myself.
I have also been using a band to do single arm curls.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's
like
a good idea.
Strapping it to the foot and going across.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It feels very like with the leg out. It feels very kickstandy and like just like sitting there. But I just switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, man. I know. I get it. Have you worked out yet today?
No.
I did a little cardio already. I need to do some weights. Yeah.
What was your cardio?
Stationary bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been getting on that assault bike, but in this hot weather, man, it just makes it miserable. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it too much. I just do it pretty quick. I mean, it's not Vegas and it's not hot 8, but hey,
it ain't no 105 to 109. It ain't no 1012. 1012?
1012, baby. It ain't no 1012.
It ain't no 1012. We're playing all the soft rock you can handle.
I've been trying to do a little bit of running outside, but man, it's just been the earlier I have to get up, so it's not that many people outside, or B, not so hot. It's tough because I'm having a tough time running in a mask, and if I'm the only one out there early in the morning, it feels a little better that I can leave it down and then just pull it up when there's the one person I see.
Yes. As long as you're going early and you use common sense.
Yeah.
And I'm not, if I'm a mask wearer and pro mask, but I'm not, if I'm on the moon by myself, I'm not going to still have the mask up.
Yeah. I'm not one of the guys who looks over and I'm wearing a mask in my car. You know what I
mean? I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, I know like lady at Walmart, like, I'm never wearing masks. What's going on with these ladies?
What is going on?
It's a lot of ladies, right? Kind of older ladies.
Yeah. It's a lot of people that are
like
just
in Trader Joe's. This is a free country.
They like, it's crazy. Throwing groceries around.
Just fucking put a little fucking t-shirt sleeve over your head and just fucking
what's making them so angry about it though?
Something's going on.
I don't know. But yeah, can we call that row exercise the TNT? Ooh.
Dig it.
I dig it too.
Dig it, Ramos.
We're
Dig
digging
it.
it, Ramos. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these ladies out there. I don't know what's going on with the people. I mean, I understand that it's been a long time and people are like over it. I get that mentality of like, what, we got to shut it down again. But that's because there hasn't been enough just common sense.
Yeah.
I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
And yes, I think everybody has a right to wear it or not wear it. But if you're not going to wear it, then stay home because you're
Yeah.
endangering other people.
Yeah. I don't, these privately owned businesses can, it's like the best example I've seen online is like, you got to wear clothes in the store. Like
Yeah.
Trader Joe's is asking you to wear a shirt and shoes. And so, I mean, I guess you could scream that's infringing on your civil liberties, but not really. You're just asking that. So they're asking you wear a mask right now, and maybe for another year, when you go into
Sure.
Trader Joe's, you got to wear a mask. I don't know.
But that's just, and I'll be honest, I feel like there's been a couple of places before they started shutting down more. There was a couple of places that were like, hey, we're actually going to be closed down for a week because somebody had tested positive in, at our store or whatever. And if that is true, that's so horrific because, that's just from the people that are coming in and out. And, it's like the whole thing about like the mask isn't for you. It's for the guy at the grocery store who's seeing 100 people in that day.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that some of these businesses are just going like, let's just tell people we're going to take a break and say that somebody got it here just so we don't have to deal with it. And like their
That's
business.
why we're taking our hiatus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody got it here. We're not saying who.
We're not saying who. I'm getting tested tomorrow. So there's a chance. God, that scares me though.
You're gonna be fine, dude.
Let's hope.
No, sorry. What were you saying? I cut you off.
Oh, but there's a chance that like some of these businesses are just like, let's just cut it off now before more people get mad because we're trying to have them, wear a mask in our thing. And, we just don't want to lose the community, but we also don't want to endanger our, employees, which I get.
I've talked about it on the show before, but I have some friends, quote unquote friends from Facebook. You friend all your high school or junior high or whatever.
Yeah.
And so some people, and they're the majority of people that are conservative in my friend base tend to be those kind of olds. I don't know why, just how it all shook down. I guess maybe because they don't live in LA's a bubble, so I guess maybe they don't live in the LA bubble.
Yeah.
But there still seems to be some confusion as to why they're asking for the mask. And so people will say on there, do you really feel safer because you have the mask on? And I never engage with that because I'm not going to convince anybody on Facebook, but it's always like, I don't think that's why. I know that's not why they're asking people to wear the mask. They're asking people to wear the mask is because everybody needs to treat themselves like they're infected. So you have, if you're operating under the pretenses that you have COVID-19 and you could have it, you put a mask on yourself, then you're less likely to expose people to your virus. And then if both people are masked, the infected and the uninfected, then it like the transmission rate goes down even further.
Yes.
And so I get that it's like, I'm not properly wearing an N95 mask. I'm wearing a quote unquote wet mask. That is, just a piece of cloth. But if everybody did, then the infection rates would go down because they're treating, it's like the same thing. It's like, that's why surgeons wear masks. They wear paper masks over their mouth because then they're less likely to infect or contaminate their patients. They're treating themselves like they're sick. They're not doing it to protect themselves.
Right.
So anyway, but I get that. I feel like everybody's pretty clear on that. That's in the kind of quote unquote pro mask community. It seems like other people aren't getting that information for some reason, or maybe just choosing not to hear it.
I think they're choosing not to hear it because I think what that does is you wear a mask as though you are infected and you don't want to get other people infected. And those people who are in that mentality go, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for people that are. No, it's for everybody. No. That's for people that are. I'm not infected, so I don't need to wear it. I know I'm not because I don't show any symptoms. And it's like, you might not show symptoms. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I'm not sick.
Yeah.
And it's all of that. And I think, and
you could be a super spreader, Dan, from Rockland High School.
But there's this thing that I think happened when they started giving the information. Well, I mean, also the fact that it is somehow a political thing is crazy. Somehow it's turned into a political battle of who to wear masks and who not to wear masks. And Moynihan even wrote on the comments that he wears a mask at his job and people call him names for it, and that's not, like we live in a country that is very selfish and focused on themselves. And the only way that we would have gotten everybody wear a mask was to say it protects you.
Yeah.
From the other people. Wear the mask because it protects you. Yeah. Not you, it protects other people from you because they're not going to believe it. Say it protects you. You don't know how it's spread, so wear a mask because it might be in the air, blah, blah, blah. Then I mean, I know that's operating in fear, but then it's like this thing of like, no, I'm going to wear one because I need to be protected. It's about me and my protection.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, like, as soon as it became this thing where it was like, we need to do a thing as a we, the people who have never,
later, daddy.
Yeah. Who have ever believed in the we is going, no, we's not me.
Sunglasses on, moonwalking out of the room.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is.
I'm going to leave this meeting early. Okay.
Have you seen like the fact that there was like that one thing about the guy who went to a COVID party. Like, why is that a thing? I don't understand what that means.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Who was the party planner for that?
Like
what theme should we do? What's the theme of your wedding? COVID-19. All right. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. It's supposed to be like a chicken pox thing or something.
Yeah. It was like a thing where they're just like, let's see how many people get it. Cause we won't get it that bad because we're young. And it's like, but why subject yourself to something that you don't even realize? Like, we don't even know what the long-term effects of any of it is.
No. And then also, you're more likely to then infect other people too.
Yeah.
So it's all risky shit. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody did ask if we wear masks when you answer the door. Randy asked us that. I do. I have one by the front door.
Yeah.
I rarely have visitors. If it's a delivery or something, they usually just leave it. But when we were getting work done at the house, I would definitely put a mask on when I was answering the door. But
yeah, I found that everybody else is wearing them to my house too. Like just I've had some people do some yard stuff. We had some issues with the sprinkler leak, and so had a couple different guys kind of come through here to run some bids on that, and so everybody was pretty consistent with the masks.
Yeah,
wear it. And
yeah. I mean, there'd be times where you pulling up to a park or leaving a park, and somebody has not wearing a mask, and they're in the parking lot, and it's just like, okay, well,
I saw it today. Driving by, people at the park, no mask.
I saw it in a grocery store. Somebody on the phone, not with a mask, and I'm like, how are you still in here?
Wow.
And I thought I just got out of there as quick as I could because I didn't want to hear the debate.
Have you seen? Yeah, totally. You want to be there for the fight? Have you seen anybody do the? You know how they'll do like on Sports Illustrated, they'll spray paint like a bikini on a girl, but she's nude underneath, but it's spray painted a bikini on, or like have you seen anybody do that with a mask?
A painted mask on?
Yeah.
No, but that would be pretty funny. If they go out of their way to do that, I'm sure they'll do it.
Yeah. I would do it just as a bit.
Sure.
Put it on Instagram or something. Do it for the gram. Do it for
Let's
the
do
IG.
it for the gram. Let's do it for the gram.
For the gram.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Who knows? I'm so confused. I'm so confused by all of it. I'm so bummed out that Quincy's not going to be able to go to school when we have this new baby at the house.
Oh, I know. Because you guys are all thinking that. You're like, well, great. He's going to be starting his school stuff. So that improves his independence and autonomy. And
He'll be busy.
That.
Yeah.
We can focus on the baby. There's no conflict there.
Nope.
No.
Because it's like, the thing is, it's not like when we have a newborn. I mean, when Quincy was a newborn, the first 3 months we didn't have people visiting anyway, because you're not supposed to, because they haven't had all of their vaccines yet.
Right. And
so then,
yes, they don't have the strong blood-brain barrier yet.
So then what are we going to do? What is it?
Blood-brain barrier.
Sure.
So that like any disease they get, infections can be really bad because they haven't established their blood-brain barrier. You have to wait till that's robust.
You don't have yours yet, though.
Don't have mine. Don't want it. It's a free country. I don't want my blood-brain barrier.
I can shop at Trader Joe's whenever I want. Where are you from? Go back to where you're from.
That's that. But maybe that's the issue. Maybe all of these people who have broken down have lost their blood-brain barrier.
Yeah.
You need one.
They always get all like crazy and evil looking.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm not for people hitting each other, but that one time when that girl just slapped her straight on the face,
I loved it.
Was so bananas.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn. And then she turned around and she was like, she just slapped me in the face. And everybody was like, yep.
That was awesome.
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Our sports, I mean, Disney World opened.
Yeah, I went.
By the way. You went, right?
Yeah.
Disney World opened. You went the first day, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I was coughing my way through Avatar World.
Oh, man.
The Na'vi. Pandora.
Oh, my gosh.
I was getting coughs in the face, coughing on people. Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild shit. Sorry. So you were talking about babies. Nobody saw Quincy for the first 3 months anyway.
No, you didn't. Yeah. You know, like, and if you did, if you did come that early, we were just like, make sure you're not sick and make sure you've gotten all of your flu shot and all of that stuff. And if you even have a runny nose, don't plan on it. And that's the same, if not more now. And, you know, Quincy going to a school while that first 3 months is happening just feels like he can bring anything home. But that's the case even if he was just in regular preschool.
Yeah. That's
if this wasn't going on, that's still kind of dangerous, iffy.
Here's the thing that bothers me. Because this has become so politicized, you don't know what information you're getting. So you'll see some statistic and you're like, oh, that's interesting. But you don't know if those numbers have been juked up by some weird to prove some political point. Yeah. So you'll see stuff about kids and infection rate for kids. And then also stuff about how kids tend to somehow not spread the disease the same way that adults do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's some fucking manufactured thing by like the far right people to prove some point.
Right.
That's the bummer. Like, I wish we were all just in agreement and just looking at the science of it, you know?
Right.
Because then I'm like, well, that's interesting to know. Like that would alleviate some of my concern as a parent, or, you know, maybe, you know, teachers would feel safer about schools opening up. Because I get it right now, even if kids aren't at risk, it's like the fucking teachers have to go and expose themselves to, yeah.
Oh, and the thing is most teachers are like who are teaching these young kids are older. Yeah.
So
they're in that demographic. Yeah. And
so if kids aren't spreading it, then it would be awesome to have the real true definition, the real true data on that. But it's just tough to know.
The thing that is confusing me about the whole situation about schools opening up and all this stuff, as this is all going on, there was a short time where they're opening up gyms and they're opening up movie theaters and stuff like that, right? They haven't opened up playgrounds.
Oh,
wow. And those are outside.
Huh.
So like this
used to be my playground.
Well, this used to be my childhood dream. This used to be the place I went to whenever I was in need. But
used to be your way home.
Yeah. Um. Also, I can be your father figure if you want. Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
To be wanted. Naked? Was that
Something
it?
like that. I remember hearing that as a kid, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot happening.
Yeah.
Something sacred in my life.
And then also that it sounded like he was coming out of a fucking genie bottle.
For just one moment.
He knew what was going on though, George Michael.
Preacher, teacher.
He was good.
Yeah. He didn't want the COVID, man.
No.
He wanted to be the teacher. He just didn't want fucking COVID. And that's fucking reasonable.
I want your sex. Come on.
That song would always, without fail, I would like, my parents would be listening to like the 50s on 5 or something. I'd be like, can we please listen to my music? And they're like, no, it's not appropriate. Please. And then they would switch it, and it was like the come on. Yeah. I want your sex. Do it. It's natural.
Or it'd be Belle Biv DeVoe's Do Me. The whole time.
Jodeci, let me lick you up and down.
Oh man.
Jodeci, I think we talked about it here. They had a crazy swing from Forever My Lady. Yeah. Which is like my lady, holds you up.
Great.
To let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Oh, Kula said that La Ista Bonita is reopening though.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. So then there's Jodeci, there's La Vista Bonita.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. That Tropical, the Island Breeze. I guess that's, they're blowing away some of the disease there.
Yeah. So if that's open, that's a good playground. This is where we ought to be,
Yeah.
And it's what's also good about that playground is it puts kids to sleep in Spanish at the end.
It does.
Here's a question though, without us just rambling on. Dumbbells, I took up running in the spring, but now it's too hot here in the Midwest. Just talked about it, and gyms aren't open. Even in the morning, it's too hot to run. What are some ways to cope with running in the heat?
Get up earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
You could find a time where it's cooler.
It's either getting up earlier or doing or focusing on a little bit of like sprint interval training a little bit more, so you're not out there
less.
Out there
get
less.
Up as early as you can manage to where you're still getting good rest, and then up the intensity so you can go for less time.
Yeah.
You like that?
I would say something along those lines, or or just try to attack it at dusk too. Like do your workout and then save your run or your cardio for later in the day when it starts to really cool down at the end of the day.
That's tough though, dude, because sometimes dusk morning is always the coolest.
Sure.
It's depending on how much you can push, like how early you can get up. Because I'm with you, dude. Like I sleep super important.
And then
you don't want to get up
and then the freaks come out at night too.
Yeah. But it ain't till 12 till the party really starts. Me, I'm having to be fucking home by 10 right before the fun was about to begin.
The worst. We are not helpful. We're not helpful.
Freaks come out.
The freaks come out at night. Moynihan says it's 112 there. We know. Gosh, so he has to start running before sunrise. Moynihan, we get it, bro.
I mean, getting rope. If you have AC in your place, figuring out how to skip rope indoors with the AC going.
Yeah,
that's a way.
Or doing some HIIT training inside. Yeah, where you're doing some high knees into some mountain climbers, into some jumping jacks, into some burpees, and just like hitting it that way and getting cardio in by moving your body quicker in a air conditioned area.
Yeah.
Because other than that, running outside, the only way you're going to be better at running outside in the heat is to just start running in the heat and getting used to it a little bit. And that might be earlier, and that might be for shorter amounts of time until your body gets used to running in that kind of condition.
There's some conditions where it's just not even worth doing. I don't think. I mean, there's all these extreme people that can fucking do that or do that as their, but I also, maybe look into 2 or 3 days a week. If you do get up before the sun comes up and hit that super early run.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of fill in the gaps with an alternative kind of cardio that's indoors and air conditioned, in your house, like skipping rope or doing one of the, like we talked about earlier in this episode,
the Tabata workouts. Yeah.
Tabata workouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That may be what you have to do until the weather lets up a little bit.
And there's also something to, structuring your week of workouts based on the weather,
Yeah.
Look it up. Look at the weather, see, which is not always as predictable as people, like it will sometimes change, but on those certain days where it looks like it's going to be a cooler day, then those mornings, make sure that those are the days that you go on your runs. You goof.
Yep.
You goof.
Hammerhead 3229 asking the question about the running.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hammerheads. You tried Hammerhead 1, tried Hammerhead 2, Hammerhead 3.
Yeah. Got all the way to 322. 3,229. That's how many hammerheads there were before you. Maybe that's just too popular of a handle. You think?
Must be, dude. Hammerheads are cool. They're cool sharks.
Coolest. They're the coolest of the cool sharks.
You like those the most?
No.
What's your favorite kind of shark?
What's my favorite kind of shark?
Yeah.
Baby tiger shark.
Give him some chum crumbs.
Oh boy. Well, listen, I think that I'm going to start to focus in on these kind of workouts to bang out quickly at home, 20 minutes. If
20 minutos.
If there's some some more free time on certain days, I think that's when I'll, try to do some more accessory stuff outside of the, the push pull squat. But I feel like that body weight will keep me moving for a while. I mean, also being at probably 60% tops every day will feel like everything is tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be good for your mental health. It'll be good for your self-efficacy and maintaining the program so that when, more time frees up, it's not a bridge too far,
Mm-hmm.
And then also, your rest is going to be limited. So you want to be able to capitalize on the rest when it presents itself. It's stuff like, oh, I finally have a couple hours. I'm going to go fucking kill myself in the gym. It could be detrimental,
Yeah.
So it's you're committed in like, I'm going to do my 20 minutes. That's it. And then I rest or I spend time with the boy or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. If there are any other questions out there, throw them up now. This is going to be the last of our live episodes for a while. Like we said, we'll probably try to hold on to one of these, like maybe once a month, where it's just me and Stanger just kind of chatting with everybody, because it's been pretty fun when we come back in hopefully mid-September or so. But yeah, but keep us posted on all of your stuff that you guys are doing out there.
Keep writing in. You use the askthedumbbells@gmail.com and use social media, and we'll try to stay active on those.
Yeah.
To keep things going, and then we'll unpack some of those questions when we come back and start up in the fall at some point.
You're right. But in the meantime, stay active with us. Keep posting the pics, or it didn't happen hashtag. Keep tweeting at us or tagging us in pictures to show that you are bragging or working on it while we're going through it. And you can reach us at the Dumbbells on all social media. You can reach us at askthedumbbells@gmail.com for an email to us, and on our YouTube live when we come back live on YouTube. Next week we'll do an old school ep that we never released. Old school meaning just prior to COVID. And I mean, that's old school now, because that's basically 3 or 4 4 months.
Real fantasy time I'm curious to hear it.
Yeah.
How, like, blissfully naive we were then.
And then after that, we'll have one more episode to close out the summer for us. And then we'll just try to get thick at home until we come back.
Yeah, come back fucking with our hair long and our skin tan.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Keep in touch. Great. And yeah.